Welcome to GN Inspire Book Club. In this corner of the channel, we'll be sharing quotations and inspirations from books that I've read. If you have any book suggestion, a book that I should read, please comment on the comment section. Let me know which book I should read. If I miss any quotation or any inspiration from some of these books that I'll be sharing, please add in the comment section. So let me give you a brief story of how I stumbled upon reading, and it's now super addictive, and I can't just picture my life without books. Goes back all the way to 2017, mid-2017, and I was going through a mother of all heartbreaks. In Kenya, we call it character development, and oh my goodness, it indeed shaped my character. I mean, I developed reading as a habit, something that it wasn't my thing. I want to say I didn't understand why people were reading because I was doing engineering. I was doing a PhD in engineering at that time. I didn't understand why people were wasting time reading non-engineering books. Until now, I can't really picture my life without reading. So heartbreak happened, and I lost a relationship, a long-term relationship. And as you know, some of you are doing it. When you are in a relationship with someone, you do talk quite a lot actually. So we used to spend, 3 hours, 4 hours every evening just conversing, talking over the phone. Then all of a sudden that relationship is gone, and now I have a lot of time on my hands, and I don't know what to do with this time. And I remember a friend, and I'm just so thankful to that friend, suggesting that instead of watching movies and feeling depressed in my room during those evening hours after the lab, maybe consider reading and journaling, so that you pour out all those emotions into a book, into a journal, and you kind of waste time in a good way by reading. And so I picked up my first book. I can't remember which book that was. I think I should check on my list, because I do like to keep the books that I've read, like I write them down. But it was just a struggle, and I think just like any habit, it's very difficult to make it natural. It takes several days, several weeks. I think there is a number from the researchers that you have to keep at it, even if it's so unnatural, keep at it for whatever number of days, number of weeks, number of months, and then before long, it's now a habit, and it comes naturally. Now, from 2017, I do try to read. From that time, I've read over 180 books, non-engineering books, and I challenge myself to read at least 20 books every year. Last year, I read, as you can see, I keep a record of the books that I've read, because it's just so satisfying when I sit down at the end of the year and I look back and I see all these books that I've read. And also, when I go to buy a book, sometimes I forget that I read that book in 2017, and just to avoid duplicate purchase, this record helps. I use Google Keep to keep my records. If you have better ways of keeping records, let me know down below. But hey, so 2024, this is a list of books that I read. As you can see here, I read 20 books actually in 2024, and I've been trying to read at least 20 plus, but at least 20 books every year. So it's now a habit, and I can't really picture my life without it. Reading books personally, and that is why I'm creating this corner of the channel. Two things on top of the list. There are so many other advantages that I've gotten or gained through reading or extensive reading. But number one, let me just share how it's expanded my knowledge. It's kind of a continual education. So I get to learn about other things, other people, other places, different ways that people think about problems, different perspectives. I learn about new concepts. With the self-help books, I learn about new ways of going about achieving my goals, etc., etc. Let me even give an example. When I was making the video about the new year, how to achieve new year resolutions, I gave a concept called commitment device, and it's something I learned reading a book, Atomic Habits, and I learned that concept of making commitment divine so that it's difficult for you to go back when the inspiration goes down. So concepts like those, and I feel like it's a new school. I feel like I'm in a classroom. Through reading, you learn concepts, you learn different things that you would not know otherwise, and that will help you expand your scope, expand your knowledge, and help you achieve your goals generally. Number two, I've been inspired and challenged through reading books. So literally one day I was reading a book and I really loved how the author made it very simple. I was following their story. It was so easy to read and very interesting. It was a page turner. And towards the end, I was like, oh my God, I can write a book. Like literally, I can just kind of copy this kind of structure and write my story in a similar way. And that is how the concept or the idea was conceived in my heart and in my mind to write a book. But most importantly, that I can write a book, because I was reading that book and I felt it was so simple to understand, easy English and easy structure. And I was like, this is something that I can copy and maybe sit down one day and write my story. And that is how my first book was born, or rather the idea to write that book, and the inspiration and the confirmation that I can actually write a book came about. And in 2020, I published my first book, 2022, my second book, and I'm thinking of writing my third book. Thanks to reading other people's work, that I got inspired and challenged and actually just got a confirmation that I can do this. So welcome to GN Inspire corner of the book club, where I'll be sharing with you quotations and inspirational ideas that I've gained from some of these books that I've read over the years.